Michael Jordan. The name alone screams greatness. But what if we told you there's more to MJ than championships and sneakers? Behind the billion-dollar brand is a man wrapped in mystery, rocked by rumors and surrounded by stories the world's only starting to uncover. With a net worth soaring past $3 billion, you'd think his legacy is bulletproof. But lately, cracks are starting to show. Scandals are surfacing, questions are piling up, and the empire he built? It might not be as unshakable as we once thought. So, is MJ's legacy solid gold, or is it slowly crumbling beneath the surface? Today, we're diving into 8 jaw-dropping truths about Michael Jordan that go way beyond basketball. Trust us, you don't want to miss this. The deeper we go, the more shocking it gets. But before we jump in, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. It helps a ton and keeps you in the loop for more content like this. Born on February 17, 1963 in Brooklyn, New York, Michael Jeffrey Jordan wasn't born a legend. He became one. After moving to Wilmington, North Carolina, young Mike faced a crushing blow. He didn't make his high school varsity basketball team. For most kids, that's the end of the dream. For MJ, that rejection lit a fire that never died. He trained like a man possessed, obsessed even. His game leveled up fast, and he started dominating local leagues, catching the attention of serious scouts. Then came a literal growth spurt, 4 inches almost overnight, and with it, a leap into elite-level ball.
After a red-hot high school career, Jordan earned a coveted spot in the McDonald's All-American game, where he dropped a smooth 30 points and left scouts scrambling. Top colleges lined up, but MJ chose UNC, and that's where things really took off. In the 1982 NCAA championship, with seconds left on the clock, a freshman Michael Jordan nailed the game winner against Georgetown. That shot didn't just win the title, it launched a legacy. From there, MJ exploded. Rookie of the Year, scoring titles, All-Star MVPs, and of course, the Bulls' legendary dynasty. 6 NBA championships, 2 three-peats, and moments that defined an era. But Jordan didn't just dominate the court. He redefined what an athlete could be, turning sneakers into symbols, elevating sports marketing into an art form, and setting a new global standard for greatness.
But for all the wins, one question has always hung in the air like a fadeaway jumper. Why did Michael Jordan retire? Not once, not twice, 3 times. The first came in 1993, right after a 3rd straight title. The world was stunned. Some called it burnout. Others blamed the unimaginable, the murder of his father, James Jordan, just weeks earlier. Was it grief? Was there pressure we couldn't see? Or was there something deeper? Something MJ's never fully revealed? The truth? Still unclear. Michael Jordan didn't just retire, he disappeared, came back, and did it all over again. Twice. Each return shocked the world. Each exit left us with more questions than answers. And every time, the mystery only added fuel to the legend. Because MJ isn't just the greatest to ever touch a basketball, he's the blueprint for resilience, reinvention, and domination. He turned personal pain into power, transformed losses into legacy, and built an empire worth over $3 billion doing it. The world froze when the news broke. James Jordan, Michael's father and best friend, had been murdered. It was a devastating loss for fans, but for MJ, it was a life-altering heartbreak. Those closest to him say that pain, not burnout, was the real reason behind his shocking first retirement in 1993. Basketball, for once, wasn't enough. So Jordan walked away and turned to baseball, not for glory, but for escape. It felt strange at the time, but maybe, for him, it was survival. Meanwhile,
whispers turned to headlines. MJ's name was popping up more and more in conversations about high-stakes gambling. There was never proof of anything illegal, but the late-night casino visits, the jaw-dropping bets, people started to wonder, was there more going on behind the scenes? And then, in 1999, just as things seemed to settle, Jordan retired again. This time, it really felt like the end of the story. Until it wasn't. 2 years later, in 2001, Jordan stunned the world again, lacing up for the Washington Wizards. But this wasn't the MJ we remembered from the Bulls. He wasn't chasing titles, he was chasing impact, stepping in as a mentor, a motivator, and still dropping buckets at nearly 40 years old. But the fairy tale ending never came. Behind the scenes, Jordan believed he had a future in the Wizards' front office. Instead, he was fired. No warning, no heads up, just blindsided. Years later, he admitted, "If I had known that, I never would have played for them."
With a net worth of $3.2 billion, yes, billion with a B, Jordan has redefined what post-career success looks like. From owning part of the Charlotte Hornets to launching his own NASCAR team, 23XI Racing, MJ has proven one thing over and over. He doesn't just compete, he wins. Everywhere. Jordan's business sense, next level. He's invested in DraftKings, bet big on NBA Top Shot, and backed Dapper Labs, riding the wave of digital collectibles before they blew up. And it doesn't stop there. He's behind Cincoro Tequila, a high-end liquor brand that sold over 15 million bottles in the US in 2022 alone. That's not a side hustle, that's an empire move. MJ's touch turns everything to gold, from fine dining restaurants and luxury golf courses to high-end car dealerships that scream status. It's not just about what he owns, it's the way he owns it. Bold, sharp, elite. And in pop culture, he's still center stage. Space Jam, a cultural phenomenon. The Last Dance, a global event that gave fans a rare peek behind the curtain at what makes the GOAT tick. Want some perspective? Jordan's first NBA salary? Just $550,000 a year. By the mid-90s, he was making $30 million a season, one of the highest-paid athletes on the planet. Career earnings from basketball? Around $90 million. But the real flex? That was just the beginning. Today, Jordan makes more in a single year than most pro athletes do in a lifetime, and he's doing it all off the court. Michael Jordan didn't just dominate on the basketball court, he rewrote the rules off of it. Sure, his total NBA salary was around $90 million, but that's pocket change compared to what he made from endorsements. With brand deals from Nike, Gatorade, Coca-Cola, Chevy, and even Michelin, MJ brought in a jaw-dropping $1.8 billion. That's right, billion with a B. No athlete has ever been as profitable a pitchman. But the crown jewel of it all? Air Jordan. Launched in 1984, the Air Jordan sneaker wasn't just a hit, it was a movement. People lined up, resellers went wild, and the hype was so real, it sparked sneaker-related crimes. It became more than a shoe, it was a cultural revolution. Today, the Jordan brand rakes in over $3 billion a year. And even though MJ hasn't played a professional game in decades, he still earns around $100 million every year from that one deal alone. That's generational wealth on autopilot. Then came one of his boldest moves ever. In 2010, Jordan bought a majority stake in the Charlotte Hornets for just $75 million. Fast forward to 2023, he sold the franchise for a staggering $3 billion. That deal didn't just break records, it officially made Michael Jordan the first billionaire athlete in NBA history. While players were chasing titles, MJ was playing chess in the boardroom. But Jordan's empire doesn't stop at shoes and sports teams. His real estate portfolio is just as stacked and just as luxurious. In Charlotte, he picked up a sleek, modern condo in a high-rise for $3.15 million. A quiet flex after buying into the Hornets.
Back in his Chicago days, he and his then-wife Juanita lived in a stunning 8,000 square foot penthouse overlooking Lake Michigan. Bought for $3 million, sold for $3.2 million after their split. Today, it's worth nearly $7 million. In Cornelius, North Carolina, he owns a lakefront retreat with timeless architecture and riverside serenity. He got it for $2 million. Now it's pushing $4.8 million in value. And then there's the Park City, Utah escape, 9,600 square feet on 10 acres of wilderness. Listed at $5 million, now worth about $10 million, even though it's still waiting for the right buyer.
Now let's talk cars. Jordan's idea of luxury? It's on a whole other planet. Behind the gates of his ultra-private estate sits one of the most legendary car collections in America. We're talking style, speed, and serious price tags. A Porsche 911 Turbo Cup Seabed, iconic and sleek, worth around $140,000. A custom Mercedes-Benz S600 Lorenzo, once sold at auction for $200,000. A luxurious Range Rover, low-key rides with a $70,000 tag. A rare Ferrari 512 TR, Italian muscle, priced at $210,000. This isn't just a lifestyle, it's a statement. Every move, every investment, every luxury purchase tells the story of a man who refuses to lose. Michael Jordan turned greatness into a brand, turned pain into power, turned a $550,000 rookie salary into a billion-dollar throne. And while the games may be over, the legend, it's still growing. Because when you're the GOAT, winning never really stops. When Michael Jordan walked away from the NBA, he didn't just ride off into retirement, he leveled up. While most athletes fade into the background, MJ stepped into a world where every detail screams luxury. We're talking mansions with marble floors, supercars worth more than your house, and a lifestyle few could even dream of. But that's just the surface, because when it comes to watches, Jordan plays in a whole different league. MJ doesn't just wear watches, he wears power. His timepieces aren't just about telling time, they tell you who's in charge. Each one is a statement of dominance, of legacy, of perfection down to the second. These are the kind of pieces most people will never even lay eyes on, let alone afford. Let's take a peek inside Michael Jordan's insane watch collection, a lineup that could double as a private museum. Panerai PAM 425 Radiomir, a sleek, understated classic coming in at $77,000. Panerai PAM 172 Radiomir, another elegant rarity in the same price zone. Audemars Piguet in white gold, a handmade masterpiece worth $45,000. Custom Rolex Daytona, a bold flex at $55,000, perfect for the GOAT's signature swagger. Now we're getting into the serious stuff. Frank Muller Long Island Perpetual Calendar. Timeless design meets elite engineering at $81,000. Rolex GMT Master in solid gold, iconic and commanding, worth up to $140,000. Sony Lane, a casual-looking piece that just happens to cost $90,000. Avon Marvel in red gold, a rare stunner coming in at $155,000. ER42, valued at $145,000 and already becoming a legend among collectors. The final boss, the Ulysses Nardin Royal Blue. Price tag, a jaw-dropping $1.25 million. This isn't just a watch, it's a throne, a symbol of absolute dominance. It's the kind of piece that doesn't just sit on your wrist, it owns the room the second you walk in. And for someone like Michael Jordan, it fits perfectly. For MJ, watches are more than luxury. They're part of the legend, precision, power, legacy. Every tick of the second hand is a reminder that even off the court, Michael Jordan is still in control of the game. Think MJ's watch collection is wild? Just wait till you see what he's floating on. Imagine this,
the greatest basketball player of all time, chilling on the deck of a yacht called Mr. Terrible, a $21 million ocean beast slicing through waves like it owns the sea. For anyone else, that's a once-in-a-lifetime moment. For Michael Jordan, just another Tuesday. Next, let us introduce you to Joy, an $80 million super yacht that redefines the word luxury. We're talking private decks, a full-sized basketball court, and details so over the top, it makes most five-star resorts look basic. This 230-foot floating paradise is MJ's personal escape, and it's anything but average. Just 1 week on board, that could set you back $800,000 to $1 million. But for Jordan, that's just how he unwinds. And if you thought Joy was the peak, think again.
Enter Fleet, Jordan's true masterpiece at sea. A 70-meter super yacht that's not just stunning, it's untouchable. Sleek, powerful, and designed with billionaire-level precision, Fleet isn't just a boat. It's a full-blown maritime kingdom. And the cost to keep it sailing? Around $10 million a year. Yes, just for maintenance. That's more than most people will earn in their entire lifetime. Michael Jordan doesn't just sail the seas, he rules them. His yachts aren't just toys, they're statements, symbols of success, power, and the kind of lifestyle that few will ever come close to.
When Michael Jordan's not flexing on the water, he's ruling the skies, MJ style. His ride? A fully customized Gulfstream G550, a $60 million private jet that's less airplane and more flying penthouse. It's not just fast, it's built for dominance. Decked out in Air Jordan branding, this jet is a statement before it even takes off. Inside, think leather everything, cutting-edge tech, and serious privacy at 51,000 feet. To Jordan, flying isn't just travel, it's territory control. But behind all the glitz, there's a more personal side of MJ's empire, his love life. And just like his career, it's been full of headlines, highs, and some serious numbers.
It all started in 1989, when he married Juanita Vanoy in a quiet Vegas ceremony. They had 3 kids, Jeffrey, Marcus, and Jasmine, and from the outside, it looked like a picture-perfect family. But by 2002, cracks started to show. After filing for divorce, briefly getting back together, they called it quits for good in 2006. The price tag? A record-shattering $168 million, one of the most expensive divorces in U.S. history. Fast forward to 2013 and MJ gives love another shot, this time with Cuban-born supermodel Yvette Prieto. Their Florida wedding wasn't just a ceremony, it was a full-on power move. Celebs, CEOs, and A-listers packed the guest list. Jordan was starting a new chapter, and he made sure the world noticed. 1 year later, the couple welcomed twin daughters Victoria and Isabel, giving Jordan a fresh start as a father once again. It seemed like a fairy tale to his legendary life.
But even in this new chapter, drama wasn't far behind. Jordan was hit with a legal bombshell when a woman named Carla Canales claimed he'd promised her $5 million to stay quiet about an alleged affair and to deny he was the father of her child born in 1991. The media ran wild with it. But just when the story seemed to heat up, it took a dramatic turn. DNA tests proved MJ wasn't the father, and the court ruled he didn't owe her a dime. Some major problems faced by the star. Let's kick things off with a real estate mystery that even MJ couldn't solve. Michael Jordan's mega mansion in Highland Park, Illinois, was once the ultimate flex. 9 bedrooms, a full-size court, custom everything. But here's the twist. It's been sitting on the market for over 12 years.
Originally listed at $29 million, the price had to be slashed all the way down to $9.5 million. That's a brutal 67% drop. So why hasn't anyone bought it? Is it just bad luck? Or is there something deeper going on behind those gates? The internet has questions. So do we. Next up, the kind of drama even reality TV couldn't script better. Enter Marcus Jordan, MJ's son, and the center of some serious headlines. In a move no one saw coming, Marcus started dating Larsa Pippen, the ex-wife of none other than Scottie Pippen, Michael's former teammate and longtime frenemy. Awkward? Yeah, just a little. Especially since Scottie and Michael haven't exactly been besties in recent years. Scottie's thrown shade in interviews, and this relationship, it only added fuel to the fire. By July 2024, Larsa and Marcus called it quits, but the buzz didn't stop. In fact, it only got louder. Then came the bombshell that no one expected. In February 2025, Marcus Jordan was arrested in Orlando, busted for cocaine possession, DUI, and resisting arrest. According to the police report, he was pulled over in the early hours, and test results confirmed illegal substances were in his system. The internet exploded.
For a name as iconic as Jordan, the headlines were shocking. Suddenly, the legend of Michael Jordan wasn't just about championships and business empires. It was tangled up with arrests, controversy, and tabloid chaos. Today, Michael Jordan is still everywhere, grabbing headlines, building billion-dollar brands, and shaping culture. But now, he's also become part of a much more complicated story. Michael Jordan will always be remembered for the dunks, the buzzer beaters, and the sheer will to win. But he'll also be remembered for the mystery, the controversy, and the legend that just keeps evolving. What's your take on MJ's legacy? Drop a comment below. We want to hear from you. And if you enjoyed this deep dive, smash that like button and hit subscribe so you never miss what's coming next. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next video.